intention of leaving the coffee shop and going towards the sewer grate is tangible because you are in the combat zone and anything can happen. And even a 5 or 10 yard trip can be filled with terror and suspense. And as Carmine lifts the grate to the sewer and motions you to enter, you realize why you had that sense of foreboding as around the corner walks the Nazi cyborg that you had fought earlier. And he has his grenade launcher in one hand and his minigun in the other, and he smiles, that all Nazis smile. And Balzac, you're the first to go. What do you do?
I look at this Nazi cyborg and I say, why the fuck couldn't we leave this in the 80s or the 70s or the fucking 40s? Now it's 2045, we gotta fight fucking Nazi cyborgs, Jesus Christ. And how far away is this Nazi cyborg from Balzac?
Well, the Nazi cyborg is about 20 yards away, about as far from you as we are now from a PG setting because of your language, because Gary's single-handedly pushing us to NC-17.
You're fucking right. We got a warning on the channel that says it's for mature broadcasters only.
This guy's rated R.
So here's the situation. You have the Nazi 20 yards away. You have Carmine like a yard or two in front of you, opening up a grate, and he's looking like, oh shit, what is that? It's the four of you kind of in a row, and Ralph has his handgun, and he's kind of like behind you guys, and he's like, oh man, every time we party with Slyxx, this is the sort of shit that happens.
What? Don't blame me, man.
Balzac is going to reach into his golf bag, and he is going to pull out Betty, his assault rifle, and he's going to walk 12 meters forward, and he's going to get between the Nazi cyborg piece of shit and Carmine, who's opening up the grate. Wait. First he's going to shoot, then he's going to walk forward because it's better for me. So that's what he's going to do. He's going to shoot.
You doing auto fire, or are you doing like?
No, I'm just doing a regular shot.
Okay.
When you're as good as me, you don't fucking need to do auto fire. Auto fire's for the weak and the scared.
Auto fire's pretty cool,
actually. So he's going to. He's 20 meters away. He's going to shoot. And he looks like he's focused all of his combat energy into damage.
All right.
Okay, that is an 18. So that should hit him from 20 meters away.
Yeah, you only needed a 15 for an assault rifle at that range.
All right. So, a shot rings out in the combat zone as it drives deep into his steel skin, doing 26 points of damage.
Oh, so not all of it goes through?
Yeah, I feel like most of it doesn't.
Yeah, about just over half goes through.
All
right.
And then
he might have completed his armor a bit.
Oh, that's great. And then I'm gonna fucking walk forward 12 meters, so I'm about 8 meters away from this piece of shite.
All right, sounds good. Well, he does not like that. Not at all, sir. And he points his grenade launcher right at you.
Oh my god.
And fires.
Right. What's the attack value on a grenade launcher at but less than 10 meters?
Well, he was 20 and you moved forward 12, so he's 8.
That's right.
Here's wait, he has to hit a 15.
A 15, all right.
Yeah. And he rolled a 19.
All right. Well, I'm going to put 2 points of luck into a dodge, and I'm gonna say, listen, you fucking tin can, I'm gonna rub my ball bag over your fucking dead corpse. And that is an evasion of 26.
All right, so the grenade lobs by you, Gary, and just rolls a few feet behind you. You miss the explosion. The explosion knocks Carmine into the hole, and he falls. And all you can hear is, "Oh shit!" And then he, yeah, Cab, your go.
Were the rest of us sort of scattered or centered around the sewer grate?
Yeah.
Because I will sort of just look down and see if Carmine's doing okay.
Yeah, Carmine's okay. He's lying prone. He's lying in like 2 inches of like sewer water.
That's delightful.
Yeah, and he's just shaking his head like, oh, every fucking time with Slyxx, I end up in shit.
To say, this is not me, man.
I'm gonna give Carmine a little wave, and I'll walk up to beside Balzac and aim my shotgun at our cyborg friend.
All right, so he's 8 away. You're going to need a 15.
All right, with a 13 in shoulder arms, that gives me a 16 because I rolled like crap.
Yes,
Hopefully
that's
I
a
got
hit,
him.
my friend. That's a hit. So 3d6 damage.
Let's use a
So that's what
shotgun.
you.
Yeah, it should be
5d6.
5.
Wait, it's 5d6? I thought it was.
Shotgun's 5d6.
That's on my list. Yeah, 5d6.
Oh,
3,
okay.
4, 5, 6, 7. Rolled like crap. 8 points of damage.
His armor seems to like soak it all up.
I'll get him next time.
You'll get him next time.
It usually is the thought that counts, but when you're shooting someone, it's better to actually shoot them as opposed to think about it.
Tab will full body turn towards Balzac, including with her shotgun. Can we talk about this later? If you're going to critique me, maybe you could at least teach me something when we're done shooting the robot friend.
Oh no, that's far be it for me to tell you how to shoot. You
Yeah.
shot in the right direction at least, so that's something.
Something else we might talk about later is the damage for shotguns, because I'm a little confused, because I totally trust you to say 5d6, but it also says on page 174 about shotguns doing 3d6 damage to everyone in front of you. So I wonder if it's a
I
slug
wonder
versus pellets.
Yeah, my slug is
Great.
5d6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's why we're a teaching podcast as well. So thanks. And a point for Amy for teaching the GM a lesson. Slyxx, buddy, what you doing?
Oh my god. Okay, first and foremost, Slyxx is pretty surprised that this cyborg Nazi robot showed up in the sewer. I mean, here we got this gun nut with this heavy accent just reaming into this metal thing, just laced with insults. I've lost a hand. We're in the sewers with Carmine and Ralph. This thing comes out of nowhere. Gotta see the Rat King. Things like this. What a hot, cold open this is. Slyxx is like, what the fuck is going on here?
Should be
I'm
flattered,
just
I
gonna
think.
use my action to. We're in the sewer. It's disgusting. There's got to be some leaky pipes, some corners that he can.
Well, you're not in
shove
the
his
sewer
back
yet.
door
You're above it. You're on the street, and Carmine had just opened up the grate for you to get into the
to
sewer.
get into. Okay, so Slyxx is like, yo, these nuts have it. I'm getting out of here, alley cat. And he scurries down the ladder.
Make me an athletics check.
You got it. You got it. Athletics. And athletics is dex. Okay, let's see. What do we got here? Oh, you know what? 20.
Oh, fine. Yeah, you as you're getting down the ladder, you start to stumble a bit because it's slimy, right? Like the it's
I
even
got one
slimier
hand.
than
Ow.
and slimier than Pete's Pizza, and you almost slip, which would have landed you right on Carmine.
Okay.
But you're able to grab it, and you're able to get down pretty well.
It's disgusting. And then Slyxx, just at the end seconds of his turn, he goes up to Carmine. He's like, This is not me, man. This is not. I did not bring this upon you. This is all those guys. And then the camera goes back up the sewer to join the.
I think Carmine looks at you and goes, "Can you give me a hand?"
And Slyxx puts out this stump, like this, going, "I'm giving you the middle finger, piece of shit."
Alley Cat.
Alley Cat takes out her heavy pistol and she's gonna take 2 shots at the armored guy. How far away is the armored guy? Is he within heavy pistol range?
He is. He's 20 yards away from you, and he's about 8 yards away from Tab and Balzac.
A point of clarification. You mean the armored Nazi? Because I am also an armored guy who's between you and just who are you shooting at? Let's clarify for our listeners.
Maybe she wanted to keep it a little mysterious.
No, I know. Maybe she did, but I do not want it to be mysterious.
No, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah.
Yes, the Nazi.
All right.
Is the Nazi
Hey.
within pistol range? What is the range for a pistol?
Well,
Storyteller.
yeah, pistol can go up to 200 yards. It gets really dicey after 26 yards. You'll need a 25 here, but right now you need a 20 to hit him at 13 to 25 yards. If you moved forward up to where your other friends are, it would be a 15 that you'd have to get.
Well, we'll just see how my shots look from here. So the first one is going to be a 14 to hit, so that's not going to be enough.
Nope, that's a miss.
The second one is a 10, so let me explode that.
Yeah. Exploding.
And that's only a 2, but that means it's going to be a 22 to hit.
That is a hit.
Excellent.
Or your damage.
There, I roll my damage when I roll to hit. So that's going to be a 15 damage.
15 damage.
On-
Not all of it goes through. In fact,
Mhm.
only about a third of it goes through. But
Okay.
you're blading armor, which is good.
Great. And then after I've shot the guy, I'm like, okay, good, I shot him, and I'm just gonna climb right down into the sewer with Slyxx and Carmine.
That's that courage I love. I forgot that. No, I didn't. You can go right now. So, Carmine gets himself from the prone position. He starts like cleaning himself off, and he's just glaring at Slyxx. Ralph grabs his heavy pistol, and he runs up. Basically, about 3 feet to the side of you guys, but on the same like firing line, and he unleashes a couple of his shots from the heavy pistol. I'm just using my awesome dice, the wine dice I got from Legendary Pants. Anyway,
Ooh, wind up.
gonna fire twice. So the first shot hits. In fact, both shots hit. So the first shot. Oh, 15. That's 15 points of damage. Six. And then the second shot. Oh, garbage. Garbage. Doesn't even go through his armor. And Ralph just looks at the Nazi, looks at you guys, goes, "That's a Nazi with grenade launchers." Just so you know. And Balzac, your go.
So he's gonna look at this Nazi. Does he look hurt at all, or can I tell if he's a fucking cyborg?
Yeah. I mean, his armor is like you've got his armor down to about. There's a lot of holes there. He's looked like he's bleeding a bit, but he looks like fanatical. Like he's got the whole regalia, you know, the yeses and the lightning things and the. Brutal.
And he's going to drop the assault rifle on the ground, and he's gonna say, "My great-grandfather tried to fucking kill your kind in 1944. Now I guess I have to finish the job." And Balzac is going to pull out from the golf bag the very rare 1 iron, and he's going to advance 8 meters, and he is going to try and hit this Nazi piece of shit in the face with a melee weapon attack.
All right.
And okay, I have rolled a 22.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
This is like Snuffleupagus. Slyxx is never around to watch Balzac just unleash. He just keeps hearing about it.
So remind me, Gary, the opposing roll is...
It's the evasion level plus evasion stat combined, so base evasion plus die roll.
Okay, gotcha. And sorry, what was the roll that you got?
I got 22.
All right, so you hit.
Okay. So I hit 4. I hit for 12, but his armor value is halved for the attack.
Okay.
And it's rounded up, so if his armor value is 9, it's rounded up to 5. If it's 8, it's 4, etc.
Okay, too many numbers. I'm trying to do math in my head.
Sorry.
You did 12 points of damage?
Correct.
Okay, so 8 got through.
8.
All right.
So I will do that, and then with the free hand, I'm going to punch him in the chest with my karate.
Okay.
Amazing.
Hands of fucking stone. And that is a 23 to hit.
Yep.
Okay. So this one deals. Come on, boy. Oh, fuck it, sweet. Okay, so 14 damage.
Okay.
Again, his armor's halved for that one. And because I used my melee weapon and martial arts in combination, I ablate his armor by an additional 2 using my armor breaking combination. So a total of 4 armor ablated this round.
Very nice. Okay.
And then he's going to look at the Nazi and he's going to say, I'm going to rub my scrotum across every piece of fucking Nazi iconography on your fucking corpse.
As
Gross.
a sidebar, I haven't figured out if Balzac is bringing all of this energy out of Gary, or if it's the Nazi bringing this energy out of Gary.
I think it's one of those little column A, little column B, you know?
I don't hate it. It's just
Yeah.
It's a.
It's also, we don't know Balzac.
Yeah.
We
No.
do not know this guy. Not we. I mean, we literally just lost Cicero hours before this, right? Maybe not hours.
Not even. It's probably been like 2 hours. Maybe.
It's been a weird day.
It's been a weird day.
So the Nazi looks at you, Balzac, and he goes, Mein Kampf is to see you die slowly. And he goes, oh, and by the way, Mein Kampf is English for my struggle. And as he says that, this metal snake, rushes out of his mouth, and it strikes at you.
What?
And it strikes you for he hits 27.
Oh, he hits 27. Okay. I could maybe dodge that, but not likely. So let's see. If I roll a 10, I can dodge it. But I did not. So I do not dodge it.
Okay. So the snake bites you. You rolled a crit.
Okay.
18 points of damage.
Mhm. So I take 7.
And going to the crit. It's not a headshot, so I roll 2d6. So I don't know how it happened, but the snake kind of hit you in the leg. It breaks your leg. You take an additional 5 points of damage, and you have a -4 to move.
As it hits Balzac, he's sort of limping, and he's gonna say, If you're the best your fucking Nazis have to offer, you should just surrender now. And by the way, Mein Kampf is German for my struggle, you piece of shit.
And then he points his grenade launcher at Carmine, and he fires.
Ralph, isn't it Ralph?
Yeah, sorry, Ralph.
Ralph is up top. That's right. Yeah.
And it explodes right in front of Ralph. And Ralph takes a ton of damage and is blown back into the coffee shop, and a light post that was in front of the coffee shop just teeters over and falls on Ralph's leg.
Ow!
Okay, Tab.
Tab is sort of staring a little stunned after watching her hopefully new friend be stabbed in the leg by some snakes.
Snakes.
Mouth snakes. Yeah, that's weird. That might be my new band name, Mouth Snakes. Tab is gonna eye up the assault rifle that Balzac dropped.
Yeah.
And she's going to pick it up and aim at our cyborg friend and his snakes.
Alrighty.
So luckily she should be just about as good with an assault rifle as she is with a shotgun. So that's
She's gonna need a 16 to hit.
How's a 19?
19 hits. 19 hits.
Ooh, and 6s explode, right?
No, 6s.
No, not on
crits.
damages.
Yeah.
But if
They're
you
not on
get
damage?
two,
Okay.
yeah, if you get 2, you do crits.
Got it. All right. So 5, 6, so it's 11, 16, 21, 22, 23 damage.
Well, first things first. If you had rolled a 1, I would have totally had you hit Balzac. So I'm really disappointed you didn't fumble. But can you give us a narrative on how the Nazi psychopath dies?
Oh, I hope, like, I'd be aiming just for like dead center in his torso, and so maybe when the rifle hits, it goes right through him and leaves like a hole that like I can see through him, and he just like maybe he like looks down and swears in German, and then
Scheiße!
yeah, his poor snakes fall out of his mouth and everyone's dead.
And I don't know about you, but all Nazis are transparent.
Boo! You hear from the sewer. Boo!
I put my glasses on like that so that you can put the CSI Miami song on there for the editor. Anyway, okay, the cyborg, well, the cyber psycho looks at you, goes Scheiße, and he falls back and he expires.
Damn straight he does. How's I look down at Balzac. Yeah. Watch your mouth next time you criticize my shooting.
Oh no, you're fine shots. I was only joking. Nobody would ever say that you're a bad shot. That was well done.
Yeah,
And,
Mr. Eaten by Snakes.
Balzac is going to grab the snake and he's going to pull out a combat knife and he is going to cut the snake out of the Nazi's mouth, and he's going to put it in the golf bag. He's going to pull out the 5-iron and he's going to put the 5-iron on one side of his leg, and he's going to put the 1-iron on the other side of his leg, and he's going to get out the duct tape and he's going to duct tape his leg, the 2 irons around his leg to make a splint, and he's going to start walking toward the.
Why don't you make me a that's considered what's called a quick fix of a critical injury.
Okay.
And quick fixes, the way critical injuries work is that they can, to be fully healed, they need to be usually surgically fixed or the likes, or you can give a quick fix, and a quick fix will temporarily remove the penalty for that that injury for the day. So if you can successfully quick fix this, then you can remove that move penalty. And for your broken leg, the paramedic check that you're going to need to make, it's not a first aid, it's paramedic, is a DV of 13.
Okay. All right. Well, great. I can make it if I roll a 10. Which I did not.
Okay. Tab, do you have the paramedic skill?
I don't. I just have first aid, but I'm baller at first aid.
Oh. Yeah,
That's okay. I will just move slowly. I mean, regardless of whether it works or not, I'm splinted, so I'm gonna.
Yeah, at least
walk
you're not going to
slowly.
make it any worse,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So my leg is duct taped on my thigh and my shin, and I'm walking toward the sewer, mumbling about fucking cyborg Nazis.
Now, the good news is, Gary, with a broken leg, you don't necessarily need a surgery check to fix it. You could use a paramedic DV 15 to permanently fix it, or a surgery DV 13. But anyway, moving on. So what are you guys doing? Nazi's dead.
Time
But
to
you hear screaming, and you look back, and lying up against the coffee shop is Ralph with a traffic light on his leg, and he looks rough, like he took the brunt of a grenade.
Hey Balzac, why don't you take that busted ass leg of yours down into the germy sewers with our friends, and I'll go check on Ralph.
Yeah, it sounds like a fucking great idea. I'll cover you while you do that. I don't need to go into the shite sewer right at this moment.
Would my first aid skills be able to aid our poor lamp stricken friend here?
Yeah, for sure. Do you want to make a first aid check on Ralphie boy?
Yeah, I guess like, is it a good idea? Like, should he stay here in the coffee shop, or would he like to come into the sewers with us and face the Rat King with us? I have a 24 in first aid.
Okay, so you stabilize Ralph. And he goes, no, please, take me with you guys. We have some medical facilities at our home. I'd rather be there than the coffee shop.
Absolutely.
But then you got to get this light off me, this post.
Oh, yeah. I've got some strongs. I could try maybe I only have to pin it or like pry it up a little bit. Balzac, do you still have that pry bar?
Absolutely, yeah.
Wrecked someone with?
He's gonna pull the pry bar and hand it to Tab.
Is there a way that Tab can use the crowbar to sort of like pry or like lever the light bar or the off of?
Yeah, if you go to
leg?
the end of the pole that's a little bit further down the street and use that and some muscle strength, I'll say that by yourself, this is a pretty heroic EV. So I'm going to say it's a 21.
Oh boy. All right.
You're making an athletics check.
Athletics. All right. I've got a 7 in athletics. So
Athletics
even
plus, and you can use strength on this one.
Okay.
Body, right?
Or body, yeah, not strength.
Okay.
Different game. Different game.
All right. So I think I got okay, so it's a 6 plus a 6 is 12 plus 7 is 19.
Do you want to maybe?
Can I luck point that?
Yeah, I'll allow you to use a couple of luck points.
Okay, yeah. So I'll take 2 luck points to hit the 21.
All right. So you use the crowbar and you put all of your strength into it and grunts and everything, and the bar gets up just a little bit, and Ralph is able to crawl out from under it. He goes, "Oh, That was pretty amazing. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
But can you
Mama
help me
Bear
down?
adrenaline. So I would sort of prop Ralph up on, like, can he stand on his good leg?
Yeah.
Okay. So we can maybe like hop over to the sewer grate, and I will escort these two gentlemen with their gaping infection prone wounds into the gross sewers.
So, Carmine lifts himself up the ladder a bit, closes the grate, and puts a bar through it. And he lowers himself down, turns on a flashlight on his shoulder, and goes, "Welcome to our home." Well, this is more like the highway to our home. Anyway, come along. And he leads you down the tunnels. And you guys walk for 10, well, actually probably longer because the broken legs and everything. So about a good half hour as you go through what seems like a maze of tunnels. And every now and then you hear the splash of a rat or a snake kind of scurrying away, like an animal rat, not a nomad rat. And as you walk down, suddenly you see two bright lights flash at the end of this tunnel, and you hear a halt, stop, who goes there? And one goes, it's Carmine and Ralph, and we've got some visitors. Tell them who you are. Tell them who you are.
Tab will nudge Slyxx in the ribs.
Just friends. Friends of Carmine and Ralph.
Are they okay, Carmine and Ralph? And Carmine goes, yeah. Let's bring them in. So, he walks you further into
dodged a bullet there, man.
into this what seemingly looks like a dead end, and just before this brick wall at the end of this smaller tunnel is like a fortified like guard post. It using a couple of sandbags, a couple of barrels, tires and stuff, but it looks pretty sturdy. And behind that are two people, one a woman and a man, and they're dressed a lot like Carmine and Ralph are. You know, they're dirty, but they're wearing like leathers and stuff. And they've got some pretty nice hardware. They have two AK-47s, and they let you pass, and they hit a button, and in the wall, a door kind of slides out. A panel from the brick wall slides out, and it leads into what can only be described like if you ever kind of played Fallout 3 and Megaton. You know, when you walk into the Megaton thing and you see, this is like a sewer version of Megaton. There's little shacks set up that are selling like food, and you don't know what that food is. There's some homes set up and it looks like they've almost somehow taken old motorhomes, like those small motorhomes that you would tow behind a car, and put those in there. Some of them are stacked on top of each other. There's kids playing. It's like a mixture of Megaton and Diamond City. I'm in a Fallout mood, so that's what it kind of looks like. And you can see people kind of looking at you, and then you can hear somebody from behind. Like there's a motorhome, but half the walls removed, and there's like an old diner counter affixed to it, and there's stools, and there's a woman, and she's looking at us. Oh, Christ, is that Slyxx? Oh, the Rat King's gonna be so pissed off. What are you guys gonna do?
I have a feeling Alley Cat's probably looking for coffee at the diner counter.
Alley Cat's looking for a lot of things at this moment in time.
As you guys kind of like taking in the looks, you see two of the rats come run towards you guys. two guys, and they're dressed I don't know how to describe it. It's sort of like a gray jumper outfit with and there's like a red cross on them, and they go, "Oh, Ralph, you're injured," and they one of them grabs Ralph and he puts him on his arm, and then the other one looks at Balzac, goes, "You need some help, pal?"
Yeah, if you don't mind, my fucking leg is broken. I did some field attention to it, but I am right shite at it, and it has done more or less nothing.
He looks at Carmine. Carmine nods. He goes, "Okay, follow me. We've got a clinic. We can help patch you up."
So Balzac is gonna limp forward.
Carmine looks at the rest of you and he goes, "The Rat King's gonna want to talk to you, but he looks at his watch. He's usually busy until later, and you guys look hungry. Why don't you grab something to eat?"
Yeah, ladies, why don't you get something to eat? I'm gonna follow this Scottish guy here and get my hand looked at. Maybe we'll meet up in a bit.
Sounds like a plan.
It also kind of reminds me of that part in Demolition Man, you know, when they go into the sewers and there's a whole civilization underneath Los Angeles, and Dennis Leary is the leader of the sewer people. I'm old. I remember old movies. Anyway, Balzac,
I
lead the way.
totally am not ripping off Demolition Man.
That's a good thing, though. That's a good thing.
So Tab and Alley Cat, as they're heading off towards the clinic, what are you two going to do?
Alley Cat, I'll follow your lead.
Sure. Alley Cat's gonna wander over to the counter, the diner counter,
Okay.
and look
So-
around there.
Yeah, the woman motions to sit. There's like a barrel that's been cut in half, and they've made it into a barbecue, and there's hamburgers and hot dogs on this thing. Well, whatever they're made of. And there's a huge, there's an old 70s style coffee machine, stand-up coffee vending machine, and there's hot chocolate, there's coffee, there's chicken soup. And she goes, "Do you want something?"
A coffee would be delightful. How much?
We don't deal with money here, dear.
And Alley Cat doesn't know what to make of this at all.
If you're friends of Carmine or Ralph, you're friends of ours. We share everything. She looks at you, Tab, goes, "You hungry? Do you want some chicken soup? Do you want a hamburger, hot dog, coffee?"
Soup and a coffee would be amazing. Thank
She
you.
pushes the soup button, and this little paper cup falls down, and this yellow liquid gets fills up the cup, and she grabs a hot dog and she puts it onto a bun, and she hands it over to you. And Slyxx and Balzac, you're following the two medics towards the first aid station. It's just down an alley of behind the sort of the food court, if you'd call it that. What are you guys doing?
Balzac is walking slowly. He's reflexively checking the golf bag. He knows it's there, but he's sort of glancing at Slyxx, sort of furtively as they walk, but he's not really saying anything.
Yeah, and Slyxx is, as he's kind of keeping himself close so he's not touching any, because Slyxx is also one of these guys who really identifies of having really good clothing and all really nice and clean, right? So being down in the sewers with the rats, he's like, oh man. And so this is the first moment he's gotten alone with Balzac. So he's like, hey, what, you play golf? Is that your thing?
I have played golf in the past. It's kind of a shite game though, especially when you're playing in the desert or the outside of Night City. Half the time your ball will get eaten by a rat. Do you play?
No, I don't play golf. I just curious what the whole vibe was. You got this golf bag. You
You killed this Arasaka guard. You got us out of here. I haven't seen you fight yet, so part of me feels like, I don't know, you still got something to prove. What happened up there with that cyber Nazi?
The Borgzi.
Yeah. Dude, that was nuts, man.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like that.
Oh, me neither.
Fucking mechanized piece of shit on two legs.
You got a salty tongue, my friend. I kind of like that. All right.
When you've been in the shite that I've been, you kind of don't have time for political discourse and polite words. You just
you're right,
say
brother.
what time it is.
Yeah, you know what? I'm starting to feel that way.
He's
Sick
gonna
of this guy.
he's gonna look at Slyxx again, like sort of to the side, but he's not gonna say anything. He's gonna keep walking.
Okay, and the medics lead you into a door of this shack. And as you walk inside, the shack is actually pretty large. It's probably 20 by 20. There's a few beds set up. You can see there's a man walking around with like a lab coat on, and he's dealing with a child who's coughing. He's going, all right, it's just say ah. And he goes, oh yeah, just put them over there for now. I'll get to them in a second. I'm dealing with some tuberculosis at the moment.
Balzac is going to look at Slyxx again, and it's like he's having an internal fight. Like he's biting his tongue, and then he's like just sort of going to let it go. He's like, I've been with you for 2 hours now, mostly with your friend Tab, who acquits herself well. She's a bit of a spirit.
Oh yeah, she kicks ass, man.
But you asked me a question in the parking garage, and I never answered that.
Remind me.
You asked me who I was working for. I told you the truth in the garage. I wasn't lying. I was on a job for a client. Arasaka is not exposed to be operating in Night City. It was understood that they were influencing things from the outside, although we know that their samurai are all over. I say we, but it was not known that they had such an extensive presence in Night City. That was true. What I told you after that was also true, that a previous client called me off that job to ensure that you and your friends were safe. That is where there was a modest deception. It wasn't you and your friends that I was supposed to protect and get out of that situation. Your friends were secondary. It was you I was tasked to rescue.
Me?
Aye, you. Your friends were extra if I could do it, I was told to, but not to sacrifice you if I couldn't. To take you at all costs.
Huh. I don't suppose you're gonna let me in on that little secret who made me so important to save? Paid you to save me?
I feel like you've earned it. Someone we both know. We know her probably by different names. But I think the name that she gave you is Mrs. Hollingsworth.